we've talked some marketing, your brand and the rolling billboard that is your trucks. A big thing we're dealing now with a lot of, we deal with over 1,100 contractors coast to coast. Some of them have had issues with call volume. How's your call volume been, in the last year and into 2024? Has it been pretty steady?
Yes. I've seen, throughout the years pretty consistently that it's almost like a wave. You're going to have times when you have too much work, and you're going to have times where there's not enough. Yeah. I find in those times when it's not enough, that's the times to go back to the basics. That's the times to make sure you're putting out the yard signs. You're doing door hangers. You're really chasing every avenue to make sure as many people as possible are seeing, your name and your brand.
Yeah.
And stuff.
I love that. You're doing the guerrilla stuff that a lot of people go, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do a door hanger. I don't want to do a sign. That's great. So you're doing that. Your guys are doing that on every call.
Yes. We do the door hangers, if we're in a neighborhood with an HOA, typically, we're hitting the 5 houses around. We're not doing door or yard signs in those neighborhoods.
Sure.
Most don't allow it. But those are the houses we can hit with door hangers. And we're in a semi, some parts of our service area are very rural. And that's, so if we service someone on a main road, but their houses are, pretty far apart, we're not running around doing door hangers, but those are the great opportunities to put out the yard sign.
Yeah, that's great. What's your offer on the door hanger? Just a discounted service, or just a branded piece? What's the messaging on it?
Yeah, one side is just like, hey, we just helped your neighbor, and we'd love to help you too if you have a problem. Please give us a call. The other side is just very, very simple. $30 off service call. $100 off water heater. Just very, very simple. Discounts just that entice, but it's not something we have to keep up with and keep changing month to month to month. It's something, that we can pretty much offer all the time, so we can just order those in bulk and don't have to worry about it.
That's great stuff. I know a lot of people, I don't know if you have a tracking number on it, and that's one of those tools, those marketing tools, that's hard to track anyway, because to me, it's a branding piece. It's not a direct response piece. It's like, full spectrum plumbing. You might look at it, you might toss it, but at least you looked at it, if it's branded well. So that's an impression, and you get enough of those. Oh, I saw the truck. Okay, that's another impression. They add up over time. So when they call you, they may not have that piece, but they'll Google you, right? And that's it's effective, even though you can't track it back to that door hanger or the billboard that is your truck. It's just things you have to do to be a successful marketer. In terms of marketing, what other things are you doing with LSA, PPC, SEO? All the alphabets, or what's been good for you guys?
LSA for us is hit or miss. Sometimes it's, we're getting a ton of calls from LSA. Sometimes there's nothing coming in from it. I wouldn't say that it's been consistently reliable for us, but I mean, it's great. We love it. Some of the call quality is also hit or miss. We do get a lot of, tire kickers from LSA, but we get enough great jobs from it. Usually those people who have an emergency and they want it done right now.
Right now. Yep. Yep.
And so, we do get a lot of those from it as well.
Sure.
That make the ROI worth it. PPC hasn't been great to us.
Okay.
So we don't put a lot of money into it. We've kind of been struggling with tracking the ROI on it as well.
Sure.
And I'm not comfortable spending a lot of money into something like that is direct response without being able to track the ROI on it. If I don't know, if it was a branding piece, maybe we can try it. But something that's direct response like that, without being able to confidently say, hey, we're not just completely throwing this money away. I have a hard time putting a lot of money into it.
Sure. Sure.
But SEO has been great. I think SEO, especially the local, the Google, the local, the maps listings, and getting the reviews, the Google reviews.
Yeah.
As we get a lot of business from that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to make a small company look big, focus on reviews, because that's worth its weight in gold. That's good. So what's the bulk of your marketing budget then, or what are you investing in?
Honestly, probably the bulk is right now in postcards.
Yeah.
It's a big part of our budget. And mailer magazines.
Okay.
It's one of those things, again, it's hard to, you're not going to get the whole, return on investment. You're not going to be able to track it all, because they might see your postcard today and call you from Google next week.
Totally agree. Yep.
But I think it's been really good for us.
Are you targeting existing customers, past customers, or are you trying to find new customers with direct mail?
We do both. We
okay.
definitely see the return from the existing customers.
Right.
But we also do the prospects too.
Okay.
We target, our target customer. We have a mailing list, and we target them, once a month as well.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the offer that you have on the postcard? Is it just a discount on service, or what's the message you're trying to get across in those pieces?
Yeah. So originally it was, just very generic, $50 off here, $100 off here. But we've since moved to a more strategic, hey, let's look at our history for this. Is this a slow month or is this a busy month? Busy month, we're going to, just keep those smaller generic offers. The slower month, we're going to throw something a little bigger out, just to kind of get those customers coming in and get that money.
Right.
Right. Keep the guy busy.
Is there a certain card that's really worked for you in that regard?
Let's see. In December, we did, I think we did either a free water heater or a free water heater or a free like carbon filter.
Okay.
With a whole home repipe.
Okay.
Whole home repipes for us are, the margins are very good on that. So we were able, to cover that cost of the water heater. And while we're there already doing that work, it's not much more to go ahead and hook that up when we're redoing all the water lines anyway. We've got to disconnect that water heater, or, we're already rerunning the main line anyway. Might as well throw a softener or a carbon filter in there. So that was a really good offer for us.
Yeah. So people knew that they needed a repipe. That's interesting. I always feel like it's one of those things people have to be alerted to. You know that you need new pipes in this house? That's fascinating.
Yeah. Well, here we have whole neighborhoods that, they were done in that defective piping, back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And, there's whole neighborhoods full of. So, people know they live in one of those neighborhoods.